Okay guys, so welcome back to the channel and to this new series I'm going to be doing. All year I'm going to be recording everything that I get painted every single week, and at the end of the week, ideally on a Monday, time pending of course, I'm going to show you what we got up to. So that'll be me, Phil and Lucy. And of course I am also going to showcase what the community got up to as well. So the pictures that you can see at the moment are Phil's Blight Kings that he's been working on all week. And he's done a nice little conversion from the spares that he had to create the new character that isn't actually coming out until next weekend. So at the minute, this guy isn't even available. Phil's made this guy from spares, and as you can see, there's a little Nurgling propping his backside up. So yeah, I think Phil's painting has definitely come a long way, especially in the last year. So massive well done to Phil for these. But let's see what I've been up to. Okay guys, so it's Tuesday night. I've just took Phil home, and this is the new video log of what I get painted week on, week off. And it's just going to be quickly filmed basically on my phone, showing you what I get done each day. So I have a Dark Artisan Raider here, which as you can see is sprayed with the colour shift paint from Green Stuff World. This is the purple green one. It's very, very nice. Of course, this is a Raider. Lucy's very kindly done some of the gold for me and some of the gems and stuff as well. But this is what I'm going to be working on. I've also then got another Raider and another Raider and another Raider and a Venom and another Venom and another Venom and a Razorway. Again, all in the flip paint. Lucy started doing most of the gems and everything, and she's done all the gold and the silver on the jets and washed them very kindly for me. So I'm basically going to go in and touch up all the gems, add all the details, and do the screens on these bad boys. I'm also working on a couple of other things. So we've got a Warlock. We've got two more Warlocks. I'm moving mouse. I've got Phil's favourite model, the Vizark. I've got a Spirit Seer, which Lucy got me for Christmas, thank you very much, and the Bone Singer. So I'm doing all the gems on these guys at the minute, so you can see the blue ones there on the Spirit Seer and some of the green. I need to do the reds on all of them and then do all of the faces in black. Focuses, there you go. And of course the Vizark as well. So that's what I'm currently working on. I've also just built the plastic contemptor, because Blue Angels can now take them. So he's going to get magnetized. And this is what I'm going to be working on tonight. Not so much tonight, but basically this is what I did on New Year's Day. And I'm going to do a little bit more and probably try and crack on with them quite a bit tomorrow night. Okay, so it's Wednesday night and I'm calling it a night. I don't feel like I've gotten loads done, but I'm getting a few bits and pieces here and there done, so, you know, we're getting there, So basically I've highlighted all the gold and the silver on all of the vehicles. What I have done though is I found this and this, which is what Lucy started doing previously. The Dark Lance has snapped here, so I'm going to have to replace this one. As you can see though, this is in the old style. I say old, it was in the before I got the flip paint style, as is this Raider here as well. So I haven't fully highlighted the riders yet, because Lucy's actually got Gene Sealer Purple through at hers, and I've been fixing all the riders up for here. That guy's lost his head, and I pulled the disintegrator cannon off because I've got a spare Dark Lance that I'm going to put on the front. The Venoms, I've got the riders and the splinter cannons and stuff there as well. But what I'm going to do with this is, it's actually one of the old metal Ravagers, so these are metal. Unfortunately, I don't actually have the turret, so what I've got is, you tend to end up with quite a lot of spare sprues from Raiders and stuff, so basically stick the guys there, and then stick the turret on the side, kind of like that. So I've done the Zeros purple edge highlighting on all of these. The riders are going to take Obviously more detail. I've got a lot of flesh and stuff to do on them, and the hair colours and everything. But the majority of this isn't that far off actually being done. The razor wings over here as well. The razor wing needs a base. I don't have a flying stand, so I'll have to potentially make one. I'm going to try something different with the sails as well. I do have all the sails here, so I'm actually going to try and put one maybe on the Ravager, not on the Ravager, on the Raiders, the older ones. Kind of just put the sails in there maybe. This one though, you may have noticed that it doesn't have a gun or anything, or a prow on the front, because I'm turning it into a Reaper. I've got a Necron Death Ray to go in here, and then make a bigger sail base that you go along the top, and that'll be my converted Forgewell Reaper. The characters though, the Eldar characters, so the Bone Singer, he's fully done. He needs to go on a base. The Warlocks just need their bases doing. The Vizark, again, I need to do a bit more work on the fur down here, and I need to do quite a bit of work on the cloak, but Lucy's got the Altdorf Guard blue at hers. And then my Spirits here. And then, just looking over the top here, I've done all the bases. I sanded all the bases ready for these guys to go on, and all of these, and this will be basically most of the Dark Eldar. I'll have about 30 Kabalites, 9 bikes and 10 Helions left to paint after that, and that'll be all the Dark Eldar painted. Woohoo! Obviously the flip paint saved a massive amount of time, because edge highlighting like this, whilst it looks cool, it's incredibly painstaking. So yeah, I'm hoping to get these guys mostly finished off tomorrow. The majority of the work is going to be on these, and then it's like little things like I've got the leather seats to do on these, and the consoles, and then of course the sails and this banner here, and then gluing all the guys on, and then the gloss varnish that I put on the gems needs to go on as well, and then get them guys on the bases. I reckon I can probably get this done tomorrow, which is Thursday. Yeah, it is. It's Thursday tomorrow. So we'll see what we end up working on Friday. But I've got 2 things I need to work on for the narrative campaign. So, yeah. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. I'll come back tomorrow with what I get done. Right, so here we go after Thursday night's painting session. I'm getting quite a bit of work done on these guys. All of the highlights are done on the riders. All of the hairs and everything's done, as well as all the gold and the spikes and everything. I still need to paint the faces, so I've done the faces with the fang, but they still need highlighting up with pallid witch flesh on all of them. I've even sprayed the bases. Lucy very kindly taped the stems up as I didn't have any straws, but they're all going to need dry brushing in. All the bases are done for all of these, apart from the razor wing, because I don't have another flying base. So not quite as much done as where I wanted, but we did do the live stream, which was good. And Lucy's here with me right now, and she is also working on stuff. So she's working on the new Lord Celestant. She's working on...
I've just, something new, I've just edged all that instead of just dry brushing.
Cool.
I'm busy working on that. I messed up, so I'm going to redo it, but I've done something different with the silver. I don't know if you can see, but I've done the silver in the...
Yep.
Here.
Really cool. I like it. So obviously there'll be high detail pictures of all of this. She's working on the Shadespire 3 Steel Hearts Champions.
And your Eldar.
And some Eldar Guardians. You've done, what, 8 there with the bleach bone?
Mm-hmm.
They're all done with the purple, but there's a few more. And another Heraldar.
Yeah.
So Lucy's got the 2 bases for the 2 heroes already done. And then, of course, the 3 Shadespire ones. So that's not a bad, I think, 4 days worth of painting so far. So let's see what we get done on Friday. Okay, so it's Friday night, and I've touched up a lot of the work. And that's one of Lucy's Ether Wings that we're going to be playing a game with. So I've touched up all the skin, washed and dry brushed. I've painted all of the tabards. They need a wash and a highlight though. Can't even think what else I've done. All the consoles and everything's all been done. I I think I showed you the bases yesterday. Yeah?
Yeah.
But I started building something yesterday at work, and I've finished it tonight and then very quickly ran outside and sprayed it. A night Atropos. The only thing I think I've done is I think I've closed one of them up slightly too much, so I may try and trim it before I paint it. But I'm going to use the Green Stuff Well Flip paint for this, Lucy.
Good luck.
Hopefully,
flip paint.
yeah, hopefully it should be cool. Lucy, meanwhile, has actually finished off the 2 Stormcast models, and we're going to use them in the game. So, Gabriel Shuhart and Lord Celestant. There is him. The other Knight Heralder.
I'm not going to be playing him, but he's nearly done.
Yep. The other 3 from Steelheart's Champions. Lucy's painted flesh for the first time. Easier than you thought?
Yep.
Yep. So she's also done Gabriel's face as well. And she's done all the bone and wash and then highlight on all the shirt and catapults and helmets for the Guardians for me. And what you're working on now, the faces?
The little tabard things.
Cool. And have you done the blue gems?
Yep, and the green.
And the green, wow. So they're going to be done hopefully this week. We've got the bases for them to do as well. But yeah, not bad. I've got the seats to do on these on the raiders and stuff, and then add the gloss to the gems, and then the tabards. But I reckon I can probably get these finished Saturday or Sunday, depending on what we end up getting up to. Right guys, so it's Sunday night.
Yep.
We didn't do any painting yesterday, but we've gotten quite a bit finished off today. So as you might have seen, Lucy finished off Gabriel Shuhart, and she used him in the game today. And of course the second Heralder, you need to finish the base off, but that's pretty much it. And you've only got a couple of little bits to do on Steelheart's Champions, and then their bases. So Lucy's done them. She's also painted 14 Guardians.
I have.
All fully done. All by herself, and I basically give her one a copy, so well done you. I have painted the Vizark. I painted 3 Warlocks. I painted the Bone Singer. I painted the Spirit Seer. I painted the Razor Wing. It does need a base, which I actually don't have one spare. So if anyone's got a flying base, drop us a message and I'll gladly buy it. I've then done a Ravager. Well, Lucy did this a while back, but I finished it off. So what I've done is, it is one of the old school metal ones, and I've used 2 of the fronts off the Raiders that I had spare. And I snapped this Darklands, but I don't know where the other piece has gone. So it's a repair job, but I'll get that done. I've then converted this into a Reaper. So what I've done is basically took that off the front, and of course this I've added the sails. Interesting thing with the sails, if you've seen me other ones, you know I brush painted them like 3 years ago. They look much better airbrushed. Yeah. And I'm going to redo the other ones.
I don't know if you can tell in the video, but in person it's...
I need to paint the fins, but that's it. I've done all the bases for them, so I've added the red decorative sand and the moss. And this is a Necron Death Ray, which is the basis to turn this into a Reaper, basically, by putting it on there. So that'll be a Reaper. I've done these 2 Venoms and this one. This one, I don't appear to have a Splinter Cannon and a Rider. So I need to go through the bits box to find that. I've just glossed all the gems. We've got an old school Raider here. And again, what I've done is I've got more spare fins, so I've magnetised the fin in the middle there. And I'll put it back down. I've done the same with this one. Now, she is missing a head, but there it is. So I need to do the head and fix a Darklands, basically, and then paint all the fins. And then we've got 2 Raiders up there as well. And obviously, you did that one. But then obviously I've sprayed the thing. But that isn't quite everything, Lucy. No. The Atropos is built, he's sprayed with flip paint. It's quite hard to tell from that angle, but well, there you can see there actually it's gold to red, and I think it was cobalt blue all the way up the arm here and a little bit in the gaps there as well. So he is going to be the next thing that I'm working on. As well as this. Soon. And in fact, Lucy, I'm really sorry, I forgot that.
I was waiting for you to remember it and I was thinking,
Lucy said on Friday, I think, that she wanted to paint something big and a little bit different armour. You were a bit bored of Stormcast. And she wanted to paint something big. So I was like, alright, how about a Forge World Avatar? So this is, I think it's Storm Surge green flip paint. It's quite hard to see on camera, but it's like half green, half blue. And she's done purple robe there with pink and silver flames. Bone coloured thing on the top and handle. And of course metallic purple sword when it camera refocuses. But yeah, she's done his eyes and she's done all of the symbols all the way around.
Yeah, but we tied it in with his other Eldar. All of his Eldars, they've got blue and green gems. Blue on one side, green on the other.
Yep.
But gems that were down somebody's centre are red.
Yep, so she's basically done them all red and then done the avatar himself, green-blue. The hair is to our left-hand side, so the hair does need finishing. But yeah, we've based all them. We've got, what's that, 4 Raiders at the back, a Reaper, a Ravager, 3 Venoms, a Razorwing, 14 Guardians, 3 Warlocks, Vizark, Spirit Seer, Bone Singer, Celestant, Heralder, 3 Liberators, an Avatar, and the Night done in a week.
That's actually really good.
That's a lot. So we're going to be filling in them forms. I can't remember whether I showed the form at the beginning of the video on Tuesday.
No.
Monday?
I think you put it on the live stream though.
I think it was on the live stream. So basically we're going to fill in everything that we paint this year and keep an eye on it. The base is back here. That's the Avatar's base. That's for one of the Venoms. And one of my painted Venoms didn't have a painted base. So they're the Guardians, the Avatar, and 2 of them. If anyone's got any ideas for basing this big bad boy, let us know. But that is everything we've getting done this week. So without further ado, let's have a quick look through some other people's progress. Okay guys, here we go. We're going to have a look at the pictures that you guys have submitted to the League of Artisans. But before we do, I just want to say thank you to all the Patreons and people who have donated via PayPal. The Patreon address is available on screen for 1 week early access to battle reports, narrative campaigns and behind the scenes stuff as well. So first up we've got an Imperial Knight by James McHugh. James is a phenomenal painter. His weathering is really top notch work. James, you've really done a really good job of this Imperial Knight, and your photography skills as well, looking awesome. I love the kind of eclipse that you've got going on in the shield, and I love the weathered and battered look around the feet. Next up we've got Blood Angels Librarian Dreadnought from Michael Bottrell, one of my favourite Blood Angel models at the minute. Michael's done a really good job of the highlights on this model. I absolutely love the model, and I think seeing any of them looks absolutely phenomenal. Michael, again, we've got a Blood Angel Captain with Power Fist. And the Blood Angel Captain with Power Fist is actually from the 2nd edition box set, which I actually have one of these guys, and I need to get mine painted up. Michael says he's had these half painted for quite a while, but decided to finish them off this week. So some really good models there, Michael. Next up, we've got Bryn Hill and his Blood Warriors of Khorne, because who doesn't love a little bit of Khorne in the morning? So I love Bryn's colour scheme. He hasn't gone for the typical red that you would normally see. He has gone for a silver colour, and it definitely works. Bryn is absolutely smashing these out. He gets through as much painting as me, and the different scheme is very striking and effective. So we've then got another one of Bryn's pieces of work. We've got, looks like a converted Bloodstalker and possibly an Exalted Champion. I think possibly to count as a Deathbringer. Really good conversions, and again in the same colour scheme as the rest of his force. So fantastic work on them, Bryn. Next up we've got Jess Smart, Redemptor Dreadnought. It looks as though it's the clip together one because it doesn't have the rocket pod on the top. Jess has even got freehand and everything on here as well. The Redemptor Dreadnought is an absolutely brilliant kit, and Jess has really made this stand out as a Dark Angel. Next up, we've got a Hemlock painted by Jay Hodgson. Jay actually sponge painted all the red cloud nebula effect that you see underneath, and then she's used the airbrush stencil over the top to get that hexagonal effect, and it's really, really striking and makes it pop. So much so that I've actually bought myself some for some Harlequins. So yeah, that's from one angle, and you can see the second angle on the jets there as well. Next up, we've got I want to say a Falcon by James Warwick Snow. Looks as though it's in a Laytok colour scheme. James said that this is a work in progress, so I'm looking forward to seeing the finished piece. And I always love seeing the blue against the yellow. Next up, we've got Belisarius Call by Agim Bryce. Agim's cracked his airbrush back out and decided to have a go at OSL. You can see a little bit on the shell of the top of Call, as well as his fusion collider, fusion gun thing. And I love the fact that Agim's actually done the standard Mars base and actually spread the dust up the back of Call's cloak. Next up, we've got a Command Squad by Daniel Woodhouse. I really like Daniel's guard. His tanks are actually red and black camo, and I love the greys compared with the red that Daniel's got here. So we've got the full Command Squad. We've also got a unit of veterans with some flamers and stuff in there as well. I love the berets that he's got on them. Absolutely fantastic work by Daniel. Next up, we've got some Terminators here, and these are by, when I find it, Daniel Blagden. So I'm not sure what chapter they are. I think they might be homebrew, but I absolutely love the yellow. It stands out really, really well on the sort of deep, rich silver that Daniel has. So really, really liking them. Daniel, hoping to see more of the chapter as you progress through them. Next up, we've got Mortarion by Ben Corey. You've seen Ben's Nurgle on the channel before. Since I first met Ben about 2 years ago, his painting has developed absolutely phenomenally, and especially on the base here for Mortarion as well. I absolutely love what you've done with it, Ben. Keep up the good work, and your paint skills will certainly develop even further. We've also got Orc Battle Wagon by Callum Howe. It's a basilisk smashed together with a few other things, and it looks very, very orky, very aggressive, and as you can see, he's already airbrushed in the highlights and everything on there so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing the end piece of that. Next up, we've got something a little bit different. Jimmy G has submitted a Boarman for Frostgrave, so something extremely different. I've always been kind of interested in the fantasy feel for Frostgrave, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else Jimmy puts in his warband. Here we go. This piece by Mikey Mowat. It is the back of his repulsor, and he's decided to do some freehand on the door. Now, I don't know exactly what this is called, but it is a scene from Dark Souls 3, and this is just absolutely outstanding. I couldn't even begin to imagine where to start on something like this, and he's done an absolutely phenomenal job. You may have seen his the Abyss Watchers, I think he called his chapter. Very, very bright blue. I think they're done with Temple Guard blue as the base colour, so starting with a very bright colour anyway. His work is absolutely phenomenal, and I can't wait to see even more of it. And last but not least, we've got a Death Guard Marine by James McHugh of 3 Pointed Circle again. James, again, once again, your weathering is on top form, and it's absolutely brilliant to see something that you know really brings out the weathering with the creamy, dusty coloured armour of the Death Guard. So that's it, folks. That is all of the pictures that have been submitted. Thank you very much to everybody that has submitted. Thank you very much for watching. Please check out the rest of the channel. Remember to go and subscribe and support us on Patreon. I hope you like this series, and I'll continue to do it for a few weeks. But yeah, keep your pictures coming in, and once again, thank you very much for watching.